So, as we have discussed in the last class about the AM modulator, and that too it is a non-linear in nature, and non-linear characteristics also last class we have discussed. With respect to that, the square law diode modulator also we have discussed how that modulating signal is mixed with carrier component and passed through a particular diode, and then it is filtered out with respect to a tuned circuit. That tuned circuit is called as a band pass filter. So if there is an LC tuned circuit is available at the output side, which is a variable capacitor with L. Now this particular component, as in last class we have discussed, it operates at a resonating frequency, that is Fr is equals to 1 by 2 pi root over of LC. Now this resonating frequency is matched to the carrier frequency, means centered to the carrier frequency as well as to the sideband. So sidebands are Fc plus Fm and Fc minus Fm. So that the band pass will identify these three components, and other higher harmonic component as well as modulating signal including the DC component were suppressed by the band pass filter, and the output of this band pass filter we are getting as output as an AM signal. So this concept we have discussed in the last class. Today we will discuss one more modulator technique or modulator circuit through which same AM signal can be generated. Okay, so AM generation. So today we are going to discuss about switching modulator, which is the one of the important modulator through which AM signal can be generated. So it is switching modulator. Then now as the word switch, that means it depends upon on and off time period of a particular switch. Now how we will analyze the switching modulator to generate an AM signal. Now first of all I am writing the general equation for AM so that we can correlate with our equations. A suffix C 1 plus M of T divided by A suffix C whole into cos omega Ct. Okay. Now this equation can also be written as AC cos omega Ct plus M of T cos omega Ct. This indicate what? It indicates the presence of carrier and presence of modulating signal which is imposed on a carrier which act as a sideband. This is called as a sideband and this is called as a carrier component. So my modulated signal consists of sideband as well as carrier component. So these are the two components must be available if a modulating signal is a single tone. But if it is a multi-tone, other sidebands are also going to be represented. So here we are discussing about only the single tone modulating signal. Now in this case, AC cos omega Ct plus M of T cos omega Ct. Now as I have drawn the block diagram previously, so first the M of T is added with the amplitude of a carrier, and then it is mixed with the carrier frequency component. Now whatever the signal I will get, it becomes as an AM, or I will write M of T plus AC cos omega Ct. So if you take this AC common, you will get 1 plus M of T by AC cos omega Ct. So with the help of this small block diagram, we can analyze to generate the AM signal. Now as it is indicating it is a switching modulator, we have to identify that particular switch. And that switch needs to be operated at what particular frequency, what particular amplitude, all those things need to be identified first. So for that, let us consider a small block diagram. This is a switch. Okay. In this switch, there is a supply is given and whose output were observed in a linear resistive value, that is R. So let us consider this is my message component, okay, and this is the switch which is regularly switch on and switch off for a time interval of Tc. Why I have chosen this Tc, we will discuss, and whatever the output I will get at the resistive part, okay. Now using this particular switching condition or this switching circuit, I can modulate the modulating signal with respect to the carrier component, okay. So for modulation, what are the two things we require for modulation? First, the message component must be there, M of t must be available. Second, the carrier component must also available. Now since here modulating signal, if I will use this particular diagram to generate a signal at R, so how I will generate, that we will discuss first. So let us consider this M of t. So this is my message component which is of low strength. So this is my message component, okay. Now this message component, when it is enters to a switch, okay, when it is enters to a particular switch, this switch is switch on and switch off at a regular time interval of Tc, okay. Now when it is passing through a particular switch like this, if it is switch on and switch off at a regular time period for Tc. Now Tc is what? Tc is equals to Fc. That means I have synchronized the switching time period as compared to the carrier frequency. So that means with the help of this ray, I am modulating, or the modulated signal is generated if I am feeding the message component at this particular point, okay. So this Tc is matched with the carrier component frequency, that is Tc is equals to 1 by Fc. Now once this Fc is done, the switching time period is monitored. When I am feeding this message component to this switch, the resultant output what I will get the number of samples. Why it is number of samples? Because this switch will switch on and switch off when this message component is received. For example, or I am representing this message component as M of nt. M of nt means number of samples is generated. Here the number of sample how we are generating with the help of this particular switch, and regular time interval is how much? Tc. So T on and T off will combine as particular as the time period of Tc. So first sample is available here, then second sample is available here, third sample is available here, fourth sample is available here, then again it will come down as per the characteristics of the modulating signal, okay. Similarly, in down also we can represent, okay. So these are the representatives. So this is time period T. So this what it indicates, these samples were obtained at a rate of Tc. Now what is Tc? Tc is the carrier frequency. So that means with the help of the switching condition, the output available at R is M of nt, number of sample signal. So this number of sample signal, if I will join like this, then this modulating signal is compared with respect to this particular figure, so that this indicates that individual positions were identified. So this T on and T off I can say is Tc. So at a regular interval of time period Tc, the switch is going to on and off for one complete cycle. So when it is closed, the output is available. When it is off, output is not available. So here you can see for total time period. So for on time period you can say it is Tc. For off time period you can say it is Tc. So this one up to this particular time period you can say it is for Tc time period it is switched on, and for Tc time period it is switched off. Now who monitors this Tc? The carrier is monitoring that Tc. So whatever the output I am getting at the load, it is a mixed up with respect to the message component and with respect to this switching condition. Now once these waveforms are identified, now how we need to analyze all these waveforms in mathematical terms. So for that mathematical term, there is one small derivation is there through which we can identify all these relations for a positive half also as well as for negative half also. Okay. Now for the time being, for a switching circuit, we have considered a message component, we have considered a switch. This switch is switch on and switch off at a regular interval of time Tc. I can say it is called periodic signal. So whatever the signal I am getting, these are the sample signal which is a periodicity for a time period Tc. So this is the periodicity of time period Tc. So at a regular interval of Tc, the switch is on and off. According to that, the number of samples is generated. Now this sample is called as double sideband suppressed carrier. This is sample, if I will say, it is double sideband suppressed carrier. Because when we analyze this sample in a frequency domain, it will represent the presence of message component and presence of carrier. That means in this equation, in AM equation, m of t and cos omega ct we have obtained till now. M of t is this, cos omega ct is depend upon this time period Tc. So whatever the output we are getting, it is called as DSP SC. Double sideband with suppressed carrier. Double sideband suppressed carrier means I am getting m of t cos omega ct. Okay. But how we are getting this m of t into cos omega ct, that we will analyze. This is good. Only the pictorial representation. Pictorial representation. Okay. So this pictorial representation indicates that message signal is provided to the switch. This is a switch. And that switch is switched on and switched off at a rate of Tc. Okay. Then what are the samples we are getting? It is called as m of nt, n number of sample for a time period of Tc. And Tc is the periodicity of that particular sample. Now here each and every sample is for positive half I have represented. Similarly for negative half also you can represent. Now each and every time period between the sample is Tc because it is decided by the switch, and this switch is synchronized with the carrier frequency Fc. Okay. So carrier frequency Fc. So Tc is equals to 1 by Fc. So this is the sample we are getting. Now here what it indicates, what are the outputs we are getting? The output is nothing but double sideband suppressed carrier. Double sideband suppressed carrier means there is no presence of carrier component, only the sidebands are available, double sideband, and suppressed carrier means we are neglecting the effect of carrier. So as the AM equation states that presence of carrier and sideband. So if I will suppress this carrier component, only sideband is available, that we are discussing now. Now once this DSP-SC signal is known, we need to add the carrier component to it so that AM signal can be generated. Okay. So for this we will have certain relation through which we can identify the DSP-SC signals. Okay. So for this, let us consider there are two functions. One, mathematical analysis. Mathematical analysis. So here two considerations are there. First is the message component, sinusoidal message component. This is the sinusoidal message component. Then second is the switch. This is and switch is switch on and switch off for a regular time interval of Tc, which is equals to Fc. Okay. Now in order to represent the switch in a certain relation, I will represent the switch operation as phi of t. Okay. This phi of t is having a decision that when the switch is closed, then only the output is available. When the switch is off, the output is not available. So what I will write, phi of t is equals to m of t, because message signal must be available when t is equals to t on. Tc is equals to t on. Similarly, the zero output is available when Tc is equals to t off. Means when it is in off condition, when it is in on condition, the switch is closed. When the switch is closed, message signal is available. When the switch is off, means when it is open, message signal is not available. So this is the function. Okay. Now this switch on and switch off, we need to represent in a certain parameters or certain periodic sequence. Now this particular thing, the switch generates or switch helps to generate the periodic sequence. So for that periodic sequence, we need to represent a impulse train, or we need to represent a pulse train whose time period is need to be synchronized with the Tc, and that Tc is synchronized with the carrier frequency. Okay. For that, I am representing that impulse train so that the same information we will represent. Okay. So first, the message signal is available, m of t. Okay. Next, the periodic pulse train whose time period is Tc. This is the periodic pulse train, and amplitude is 1. Why? That I will say. The amplitude of this pulse train is 1. This is phi of t, and amplitude is 1. And the total time period for one complete cycle is t on and t off is equals to t on is Tc, t off is also Tc. So for when it is switched on, it is Tc is on. When it is switched off, for Tc it will be off. So this particular impulse train we are considering for the presence of that switch. So that switch is switch on and switch off for a periodic time period Tc. So this is the periodic sequence or a pulse train which is switch on and switch off for a time period Tc. Okay. So let us consider the function of a switch is phi of t. Okay. Now what I will do, I will provide these two signal to a mixer. Now output of this mixer, what it will represent? Since the pulse train amplitude is 1, this will multiply with respect to this modulating signal. Okay. Now if I am multiplying this modulating signal, the characteristics of this pulse is going to change. Okay. Now if this characteristics of the pulse with respect to amplitude, if it is changed, then I will say it is called amplitude modulation. Frequency remain constant, but amplitude will change. So what are the outputs we will get? First, this sort of samples I will generate, or it will generate these sort of samples. This is for positive half. Similarly, for negative half also, the samples will be generated. Okay. So this is my m of, or here I will write p of t. This is the pulse, what it was generating, and this pulse is quite similar to this particular representation. When the switch is on, first sample is available. Okay. For this particular part, if I will represent, this particular part is available. Okay. Then again when the switch is off, the other part is not available. So this is the sample is available here. Then again when the switch is on, the another part is available. So this is the part is available, like that the n number of samples will be generated. So this particular modulating signal, when it is passed through a switch, the output will be in this particular manner, amplitude modulated sample signal. So these are the sample signal, but amplitude is varied of the particular pulse. Now same thing I have represented here. Modulating signal is provided to a mixer in which the pulse train is available. Okay, this pulse train amplitude is 1 and the time period for on and off is Tc. At this particular rate, the frequency is maintained as Tc is equals to 1 by Fc periodic sequence. If I will multiply this particular pulse train to my modulating signal, my output will look like this. My output will be in this particular manner. So whatever the output I am getting, it is nothing but DSP-SC, a double-sided suppressed carrier. So double-sided suppressed carrier means it is a presence of m of t into phi of t. This is the message component we are getting at the output of R, or the potential drop at R is P of t. So m of t into phi of t. Phi of t here we have considered it is a pulse train whose amplitude is 1. And T on and T off is a time period Tc, and it is a periodic signal whose periodicity is Tc. Okay, this is multiplied with my modulating signal, and resultant is my modulating signal with carrier. So here I will say it is called DSP-SC signal. Now this DSP-SC signal consists of modulating signal imposed on a carrier component, but there is no presence of carrier. So for that presence of carrier, we need some arrangement. First we will identify these relations, then we will add the carrier to it so that the AM signal can be generated. Okay. So for this, certain relations are there which need to be identified, and with the help of that, the sideband, presence of modulating signal, presence of carrier component can also be analyzed. Okay. So one by one, step by step we will see. So first, m of t is equals to Vm cos omega m. This is the first consideration. Second, phi of t. Now, in Fourier series, suppose if it is a periodic signal, yes, it is a periodic signal, its periodicity is Tc. If any signal which is a periodic in nature and having a fundamental time period Tc or fundamental time period T can be represented in terms of Fourier series, because we need to represent these signals in mathematical terms so that the mathematical equation for AM we can derive. So if this is a periodic sequence, I need to represent in a Fourier series. So for Fourier series, what I am using, we had a representation A naught plus summation n is equals to 1 to infinity a n cos n omega ct plus b n sin n omega ct. Now why have written omega c? Because here it acts as a carrier component. So the frequency available is omega ct. And the number of pulses, number of sample is n, so it is n omega ct. Okay. Now the same impulse train I am representing in this form to analyze in a more clear manner. So this is my phi of t. It is having certain amplitude 1 minus t by 4 to plus t by 4. Then again the amplitude is available at this particular time period. Okay. So here it is Tc by 2 I can write. Here it is T by 2. This is T by 2 minus T by 2. Okay. So total time period T by 2 to T by 2. Total time period is T, in which the pulse is available for minus T by 4 to T by 4, because our Tc consists of T on plus T off. So half of the time period is on and half of the time period is off. So minus T by 4 to T by 4, if I will add, I will get Tc by 2. Similarly, when it is off T by 2 to T by 4, again if you take off condition is this. So it is satisfied. Okay. So this is my pulse. Now I need to represent this pulse in terms of mathematical equation. How can I represent? With the help of Fourier series. Okay. This is a key term to represent a particular pulse which is a periodic in nature for a fundamental time period Tc, which is synchronizing to the carrier frequency. Okay. Now, while proceeding for this Fourier series, certain considerations are also there. So what are the considerations? That also we will see. What are the A0, An and Bn? This A0, An and Bn decide whether the signal is symmetric or antisymmetric. Means whether the signal is an even signal or odd signal. If it is an even signal, certain conditions are there. If it is an odd signal, certain conditions are there. That we will see. So first, A0, constant. Always remember that A0 indicates the DC component available in a particular signal. So what I will write? 1 by Tc integration Tc, the time period we will decide, into phi of t into dt. Done? Now 1 by Tc is the total time period, but this phi of t is available from the time period minus t by 4 to t by 4. So here I will write minus Tc by 4, Tc by 4, amplitude is 1 into dt. Now if you solve this, how much we will get? We will get 1 by Tc, integration of 1 with respect to dt is t, and here it is Tc by 4 minus of minus Tc by 4. So it is t by 2 and Tc will be cancelled out. So here we will get 1 by 2. So the A0 is having the value 1 by 2. So that means the DC component available in my periodic signal is half. So this is the first constant we have identified. Similarly, we have to identify An, we have to identify Bn. How we will identify? Let's see. So this side I am erasing it. Okay. Now, in Fourier series, we have two cases, even case and odd case. Even means the reflection component must be there, means it is called as symmetric condition. It must satisfy symmetric condition. And odd signal means it is anti-symmetric condition. Symmetric condition. Okay? Means anti-symmetric means amplitude will be in negative terms. Even means its amplitude will be same, but it will be a reflection. Okay? Now, if it is even, out of these three components, your A0 will exist, An will exist, but Bn will not exist, because it is an even symmetry. Even means only cos term will exist, sin term is representing the odd part. So if it is an odd signal, sin term will be there. If it is an even term, cos term will be available. So Bn component is 0 if it is even. Similarly, if it is odd, A not may exist may not exist. May not exist. Okay. An is equals to 0. Why? Because since we are discussing odd, the cos indicates the even term, sin indicates the odd term, and here Bn is not equals to 0. So before proceeding for An and Bn, this consideration must be in our mind, that whether this signal is an even signal or an odd signal. How to identify? At this particular point or at this particular axis, you can see the signal what is available here. The same signal is available in a reflection manner. So if this reflection occurs, or if a reflection part is available both the side of this axis, then we can say it is called even signal. Now since if it is our even signal, that means it is not an odd signal, so we will not calculate this relation. We will calculate this relation. So A naught already we have identified. We need to calculate An, and Bn is equals to 0 because this is an even signal, or we can say it is called symmetric signal. Okay. So now we will calculate An. Then we will substitute in the above equation. Then we will multiply with respect to our modulating signal. Okay. So An is equals to 2 by Tc. Now the question comes, why we are using 2? 2 means it indicates the second harmonic component it is starting. First is the DC component, second is the fundamental components are available. So 2 by Tc phi of t cos n omega ct into dt. Okay. Now here we need to substitute the limitation. What is the limitation? When the pulse is high, from minus Tc by 4 to Tc by 4. So minus Tc by 4 to Tc by 4, amplitude is 1, cos of n omega ct into dt. Now it is a simple integration. So 2 by Tc cos integration is sin n omega ct divided by n omega c, and the limits is Tc by 4 and minus Tc by 4. So if you solve this, in place of omega c, you can substitute 2 pi by Tc. So if you substitute 2 pi by Tc, this Tc will be cancelled out. You will get, so here if I am substituting 2 pi by, in place of omega c, I am substituting n times into 2 pi by Tc. So 2 by Tc will be cancelled out. This one is cancelled out. Only the representation is 1 by n pi. Now you have to substitute this Tc here. So already omega c is available. So if you substitute Tc, so Tc will be cancelled out. It will become n pi by 2. So sin n pi by 2 minus of sin minus n pi by 2. Okay. For this plus it will come n pi by 2. For this minus it will become minus n pi by 2. And sin of minus theta is equals to minus sin theta. So this minus will come outside, it will be added, so it will become as a 2 sin n pi by 2, 2 divided by n pi and sin n pi by 2. So this is the relation we are getting for An. Okay. So this is the relation for An. A naught already we have identified, it is a half. An is equals to 2 by n pi sin of n pi by 2. Now we have to substitute in this particular equation for the pulse train. Okay. Now what I will do, I will substitute in place of A naught is half. Then summation n is equals to 1 to infinity. In place of a n, I will substitute 2 by n pi. Then sin n pi by 2. Then cos n omega ct. So this is my relation what I have derived for this pulse train. Okay. Now one more important thing. In which particular case this function will exist. Okay. For that I will take if n is equals to 0. Let us consider, because n equals to 0 means total this will become as 0. So we are starting from 1 because it is starting from 1 to infinity. Okay. So if n is equals to 1, we will check if n is equals to 1. So sin pi by 2, that means sin 90 degree 1, the component will exist. So in place of n you have to substitute 1. So cos omega ct is available. Now if n is equals to 2, if you substitute 2, it will become sin pi, resultant will be 0. Similarly, n is equals to 3, n is equals to 4, like that. If you substitute, only the even component of n will tends to 0, but the odd component will exist. So here what I will write, here I will write this above condition is satisfied, above condition is satisfied for odd number of n. That means when n is equals to 1, 3, 5 dot. So this above equation only exists at the position of odd. Odd number of positions it will exist, and rest of the position the resultant is 0. So let me expand first. So phi of t 1 by 2. If I am substituting 1, I will get 2 by pi, because in place of n you have to substitute 1. Sin of 90 degree is 1, and I will get cos of omega ct. This is the first component. Done. Then n is equals to 2. If you substitute, this 2 will be cancelled out. I am getting 1 by pi. Done. Sin 3 pi by 2. Sin 3 pi by 2 means again it is minus 90 degree. Pi minus pi by 2, if I will write, it is 90 degree. Okay. Because sin 3 pi by 2 it will come as minus 1. So here we will get a minus sign. This is minus 1 by pi. Okay, because we have substituted 3, so we will get 1 minute. So here 2 divided by 3 pi, this will become as a minus, then cos 3 omega ct. Then plus sign will come, because 5 pi will come, plus 2 divided by 5 pi cos 5 omega ct. Then again minus. So this is the equation we are getting for the pulse train. Now this pulse train is multiplied with my modulating signal so that we can generate the DSP-AC signal. How? Let's see. Okay. Now this is my message signal. It enters enters to a mixer in which the pulse train we are providing. Small diagram I will draw. This is my message signal, okay, and this is the pulse train, which is periodicity is Tc, synchronized with the carrier component. This is phi of t, and here we are getting m of t into phi of t. M of t into phi of t you can represent by variation of the amplitude of the pulse for positive half as well as for negative half also. So this is my m of t into phi of t, and what is its equation? Now we will write. So let us consider this is p of t. So p of t is equals to m of t into phi of t. Now already we have identified this phi of t. Just we need to multiply m of t into it. So first component is m of t by 2, because half is multiplied with m of t, so it is half. Second, 2 by pi m of t cos omega c. Done. Then third one, 2 by 3 pi m of t cos of 3 omega ct. Then plus 2 by 5 pi m of t cos 5 omega ct plus dot dot minus dot dot. Now this equation itself indicates that presence of modulating signal which is imposed on a carrier, and there is no presence of carrier component. Now here you can see in this message signal is available, sideband component, because m of t cos omega ct is called as sideband. Okay, this is the sideband is available. Even the sideband is available for higher component. It is a third harmonic. So when we are going to transmit the signal, we need to pass through a band pass filter, and the band pass filter is synchronizing to the carrier frequency as well as to its sideband, not to the higher frequency component. So these are the higher frequency component 3 omega c and 5 omega c. This higher component will be suppressed by the band pass filter. So here we have obtained the modulating signal as well as sideband signal. Now if we are getting only the sideband signal, double sideband we are getting, that means this I can say it is double sideband suppressed carrier. But we need to generate an AM signal, we need to add carrier component to it. Okay. So for this we need to add a carrier signal so that the resultant will be our AM component. How? We will see all those things. So till now we have generated modulating signal as well as the sideband as well as the higher frequency component, or it is called as a harmonic components. Okay. So now we need to generate the higher component. Okay. Now this is our double sideband signal with modulating signal, but we need a carrier component. So for this, again a simple diagram I am representing, and that switch can be replaced by a diode. Why I am using a diode? Because diode can be used as switch. In forward bias condition it will act as on, in reverse bias condition it will act as off. And here the resistance R. At this we are getting the DSB SC signal. If this is the scenario, modulating signal, this diode switch on and switch off for a time period Tc. That switch is replaced by Tc, and we have analyzed that when it is switch on and switch off, it generates analyzing as a pulse train, which will be multiplied with my message component, and we are generating a DSP-AC signal, that is P of t. So output, what we are getting at the resistive element is P of t, DSP-AC signal. But we need to generate an AM signal. For that, what we have to do? We have to add a carrier to it. Okay. Now once this diode is used, the output of this diode, in this case, only the resistive value is identified, but now this output is analyzed with respect to diode. So diode means only the positive half is identified. So the positive half will be identified, will be like this. So this is only the positive half. So why it is only positive half? Because here the diode is used for switching condition. Only positive half. Here we are having positive half as well as negative half, since we are using that as a simple switch. But since these devices need to be used as a non-linear, so I am using a diode which is act as a switch, and it will only allow the positive part. This is also called as DSB with suppressed carrier. Now if it is DSP-AC with suppressed carrier, I need to add carrier to it. So what I will do, I will add a carrier signal to it, as we have done for square law modulator. So here one more arrangement I will use as carrier. So this is the carrier, this is the message signal, and both were added and provided to the switch, and the output of the switch is this one, in which the carrier is available, means this whole term now we are going to multiply with respect to carrier component. Now here, if I will analyze my P of t at this output is, in place of M of t, I will write C of t, M of t plus C of t into phi of t. Okay, so we need to include the carrier component also. So here M of t into phi of t plus C of t into phi of t. Done. So M of t into phi of t is all components are available. What are the components? One is M of t by 2, second is 2 by pi, and then M of t cos omega ct, and then the higher harmonic components 2 divided by 3 pi, then M of t cos of 3 omega ct plus something. Then C of t into phi of t if I am going to multiply. So in place of C of t divided by 2, then plus 2 by pi, then C of t, then cos omega ct. So C of t and cos omega ct, it will become as a cos square, because C of t we have considered AC cos omega ct. So this is the square term, it will come. Similarly dot dot dot. So if I am expanding this relation, I am getting a carrier component, I am getting a message component, and I am getting the double segment. Two segments are available. Carrier is available, sideband is available, modulating signal is available, as well as the higher frequency components are available. So now this signal need to be passed through a filter. Then only the other higher component can be suppressed and we will extract the carrier and the presence of sideband component. So what I will do, I will put a tube circuit through which the higher component can be suppressed. So what I will do, I will provide this output to a band pass filter BPF, and then we will generate an AM signal. Now this band pass filter is nothing but TC, means it is a combination of LC tuned circuit. So here I will use an LC tuned circuit. This is L, here also it is an L, and here the output is available at R. Okay. So this is the message component. This is the carrier component. This is C, this is L and R. So this is called as our band pass filter. This one is called as our BPF. And the output of band pass filter is AM signal. So whatever the output we are getting is called as AM signal. Now this P of T, when it is provided to this band pass filter, I will write S suffix AM of T. Now this band pass filter is only centered to the carrier frequency and the sideband. It will attenuate or it will suppress the presence of modulating signal as well as the higher component. So how much I will get? First I will get the carrier component, that is C of T by 2 plus 2 by pi M of T cos omega C. Okay, so this is the parameters we are getting after suppressing this higher component. This is also higher component. So this is the output at the band pass filter. Now carrier component and this one we can analyze. In place of carrier, I will write AC cos omega Ct, AC by 2 plus 2 Vm divided by pi, or this one you can write 2 by pi M of T, 2 by pi M of T cos omega Ct. So here if you take AC by 2 cos omega Ct as common, you will get, or 1 plus, here we can substitute M of T divided by 4 pi, or it is how much? If I will take half as outside, I need to multiply half to it. Okay, so it is 2, so it will be 4 M of T by pi into this one. Now this 4 by pi I can consider MA. This is the modulation index. Amplitude of the carrier is considered as AC cos omega Ct plus 4 by pi M of T. So this is the AM equation. So this is called my AM equation. So we have generated an AM signal. Okay, so this is the AM signal we have generated after passing this P of T through a band pass filter. How we are getting this P of T? By adding carrier to the message component provided to the switch. Whatever the output is available at this is called as DSP-AC signal. So this P of T is generating the AM signal as well as the higher frequency component which need to be filtered out and to generate AM signal. So when I am using this LC tuned circuit, I am extracting the carrier component as well as sideband component. So previously we have generated only the double sideband, now we have added carrier component. Okay. So carrier with double sideband, it becomes an AM signal. So this is the basic generation of AM signal using switching modulator. And who will act as a switch? The diode is used as a switch. Okay. The same thing we will discuss in the next class, but in a frequency domain. This is for time. Thank you.